I said go live.
But yeah, Lauren, there's like, you can send messages directly to hosts and panelists.
Okay, so that'll just go to us.
Okay, everybody, just 1 second, please. We are live.
So we have roughly 10 people right now watching on the live stream. We'll be starting shortly. Then thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you, Isaac. Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Black Lives Matter Sudbury's annual general meeting for 2021. My name is Shana Kellex, and I'm one of the board members. I'd like to officially call this meeting to order, and the time is now 6:04 p.m. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge that we are presenting from Inswakama, colonially known as Sudbury. The land on which we learn, work, and live is in the Robinson Huron Treaty Territory. We are located on the traditional lands of the Tikmishing and Anishinaabe and the Wahnapitae First Nation. We'd also like to recognize the presence and important contributions of Métis people in the community and on this land. During this time, we want to send our support to those in Wet'suwet'en and all nations around Turtle Island who work continuously to remind us of whose land we are on and the continued colonial violence and broken promises of this state. We stand in solidarity with you. Welcome to Black Lives Matter Sudbury's second annual general meeting. The organization was officially registered as a nonprofit in September of 2020. We are holding this meeting of the members of our corporation to update you on our business activities so far this year and celebrate our successes as well. Voting members of BLM Sudbury are those who have applied for and been accepted into membership in the corporation as determined by the board. All members were notified of this meeting and provided a meeting package to review before the meeting. As a member, you have voting rights at this meeting. As the meeting moves forward, a number of motions will be brought forward and you will be asked to vote. We will need a mover and then a seconder for each motion, and a poll will appear where you'll have 3 options to vote, either in favor, opposed, or abstain. I'd like to introduce Rana Brown, who is the chair of Black Lives Matter Sudbury, to bring the orders of the day.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you for that introduction, Shayna. My name is Rihanna Brown, and I am the chair of Black Lives Matter Sudbury. As Shayna stated, Black Lives Matter Sudbury was created in 2020 as a response to the growing need to call out racial injustice in our city. Black Lives Matter Sudbury, BLMS, is an organization that is committed to fighting systemic racism in all its forms, demanding that society and all levels of government address and fix the root causes of racism in all social institutions through an intersectional lens. First, we will adopt the agendas for this evening's meeting. So may I get a motion to adopt the agenda for the November 30th, 2021 meeting as circulated? And you can use your raise hand feature. May I get a first? Moved by AJ. May I get a seconder? Seconded by Shala. At this time, you may vote in the poll that has appeared on your screen. Let's give everyone a moment to vote there. It should have popped up on your screen with 3 different options. And again, all members on the Zoom link, you're encouraged to vote. Perfect. So we have 17 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstentions. The motion is carried. So please see the minutes of the last annual general meeting held on December 1st, 2020. Again, that was shared in the package with all members ahead of time. May I get a motion to accept the minutes of the December 1st, 2020 meeting as circulated? Can I get a mover? Moved by Elsa, and may I have a seconder? Seconded by Shala, thank you. And at this time, you can once again vote using the poll feature that should pop up on your screen. Give you all a moment there. It should have popped up on your screen. Perfect. So we have 17 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is carried. We will therefore move to the financial and organizational business of BLM Sudbury. I would like to ask Shayna Calix, our treasurer, to present her income statement and 2022 budget. Shayna, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Rihanna. So today I will present to you information about our financial aspects of our corporation over the past year. A copy of the budget was provided for each member electronically before the meeting. And also as the financial statement, the income statement for 2021 is here for me to share for you now. So this income statement shows the finances for the year. We had a number of donations this year, specifically a large donation from Black Lives Matter Canada, who provided support for us for our community projects and various expenses throughout the year. You'll also see that we have a number of donations, funding for community projects, grants, and also fundraisers, which mainly incorporated our t-shirt sale. In terms of expenses, we spent most of our money on our community projects. You'll know that we had a number of events we held throughout the year. We had some office expenses. We also provided donations to other organizations and, of course, banking fees. The board also met last week to review our statements and also to create a 2022 budget for the year. You'll see on your screen right now the budget that we have put forward. So now I would need a motion, please, to accept the budget for the year ended 2022 as recommended by the board of directors. You again can use your hand to move. May I have a mover? Rihanna, move, seconded by Shannon Lauber. And now you'll see a poll on your screen, which will ask you to please vote to accept this budget or to oppose this budget, if that is your feeling. Just give you a moment there to continue with the votes. We almost have everybody voted. Okay. So as you will see, we have 17 in favor, none opposed, and no abstentions. The motion is carried.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shana. At this time, we will present the membership with reports on the state of the organization. So as chair of the organization, I will go first. So presently, we are a board of 5 Black members. We have around 30 active committee members, and we are gaining new volunteers every day, which is quite exciting. In this past year alone, we have hosted numerous public events. Some of the ones that I will mention, most notably, we did a mini documentary in collaboration with Sudbury.com last year. We had the launch of our virtual museum for Black history, which is an interactive online space for learning. We did in February Here to Stay Baby, a Northern Intersectional Caucus, which was our 2-day free virtual event designed to uplift the voices of marginalized individuals. We launched our campaign on defund.ca to defund the Greater Sudbury Police Services, and we have done several subsequent events in tandem with that. This past summer, we had the opportunity to host a 4-part book club series, namely children's literature, poetry and short stories, local literature, which we hosted live at Sudbury Indie Cinema, and our novel session, which featured Jael Richardson. And in July rather, we hosted our 1-year Reflect and Rally to celebrate our 1 year and look back on the work that we had done so far as a non-for-profit organization. And most recently, we have done a Grammy residency with Ottawa artist, Kalkadan Asifa. So with that, may I get a motion that the chair's report be accepted by the general membership? May I get a mover? Moved by Lauren. May I get a second? And seconded by Elsa. At this time, you may vote with the poll function, which should appear on your screens. Give you all a moment there. Just a couple more moments there for everyone to vote using the poll function on their screens. Thank you for everybody's patience at home. All right, and with that, we have 17 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is carried. I would now like to hand it off to our Director of Communications, Isaac Viancourt.
Thank you, Rayanna. Hello, everyone. My name is Isaac Viancourt, and I'm the Director of Communications for Black Lives Matter Sudbury. And today I will be presenting the 2021 Communications Report. Over the past year, we continue to foster and grow a strong online community with users from Northern Ontario and across Turtle Island. On social media, we nearly have 3,000 followers, which are a reach of 90,000 users. On Facebook, we have over 1,300 likes on our page with a total reach of over 80,000. Our Facebook community group, which is a hub for article sharing and resource sharing, currently has 812 members. And our Twitter account, which is our newest channel and was created in February of this year, has just over 130 followers with over 50,000 impressions. We also have a monthly bilingual newsletter, which features original content, artist spotlights, community highlights, and has over 490 subscriptions. In 2021, we also continue to maximize media opportunities to create awareness across Northern Ontario. And we've been featured in over 30 articles and radio features, including Sudbury.com, CBC News, EC Radio Canada, CBC Radio Morning North, and we've had a total of 2 TV appearances as well on CTV Northern News. We've also been very busy with creating a strong foundation for our communications operations. We have a team of 4 communications assistants and a communications officer who work alongside me on a variety of tasks, including drafting and releasing statements, photography, videography, live stream for all of our in-person events, maintaining relations with reporters, and social media promotions for all of our events, which includes the creation of graphics using digital software. And lastly, updating our website with current information and resources. This year, we've also rebranded our organization, which includes a brand new website and a permanent domain, blmsudbury.ca, if you haven't had a chance to visit it yet. In addition, earlier this year, we released a new logo, which pulled inspiration from our dear friend and colleague, Tamara London. Her legacy will live on forever through our organization and the work we accomplish. Lastly, I'd like to send a special shout out to our volunteer communications team. I am incredibly thankful for your assistance, and I look forward to working with you all in the next year. Now, may I get a motion that the Director of Communications report be accepted by the general membership? May I get a mover? Moved by Shannon, and may I get a seconder? Seconded by Rihanna. And at this time, a poll will appear on your screen, and just you can vote right there. And we'll just wait a moment as the votes come in. Okay, so we have 17 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is carried. And I would now like to pass over the floor to our Director of Community Relations, Ruva.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ruva Guacarere, and I'm Director of Community Relations. And I would like to present my report for 2021 Black Lives Matter Sudbury. So in the past year, we've been busy making and sustaining the community connections that we've already made, as well as growing new ones throughout the city. Black Lives Matter Sudbury greatly values the work of agencies who have been actively engaged in the process of dismantling systemic racism and working towards the abolishing of anti-Black and anti-Indigenous racism. We've been very lucky this year to, through sponsorships and partnerships, have the support of many organizations in our city, including the Indie Cinema, OECTA, Prix de Parole, the Galerie Nouvelle Ontario, Centre Santé, excuse my French, please, OPSU, Latitude 46, and Wordstock Festival. SASI, and NISA, the Greater Sudbury Public Library, SWIAC, and Rezo Access Network. We've also had many community meetings with organizations such as SWANS. And we've also been able to connect with organizations outside Sudbury, such as the LAEN Network and ASILU, working in our police-free schools. One of our most exciting achievements this year have been becoming an official chapter of Black Lives Matter Sudbury. This has meant we're able to connect with other BLM chapters from across Canada and share resources, as well as attend gatherings such as the Eastern Gathering that occurred this year. And that really allows us to further our reach and share information on organizing. So all of the meetings and partnerships and sponsorships that we have had allowed us to carry out our projects and initiatives such as Northern Caucus, which we have another one of coming up next year, so look out for that. We've been able to keep on amplifying messages from our partners, but also we've been realizing the importance of intersectional work. And making space for initiatives that support those experiencing various forms of oppression within our community. Our plan for 2022 is to grow our partnerships and amplify and support the work of others in our city. We know that our work is only bolstered by and supported by others, and we also know that we stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us. We definitely want to grow, seeing opportunities with aligning with various Indigenous-led organizations, and as well as organizations that support people with mental health and addictions challenges, as well as disability rights activists. We look forward to this work and working in solidarity with others in our community. Thank you. And then now I would like to move that the community relations report be accepted. At this time, you may vote in the poll. Yes, for the motion. Oh, first, I need a mover for the motion. That's fine. Moved by Oh, Lauren. And I need a seconder. Seconded by Rihanna. I'm so sorry, Rihanna, I said your name wrong. At this time, you will see a poll on your page and you can vote on that. Okay, you're just waiting for the votes to come in. All right, perfect. So that's 17 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstain. Motion carried. Thank you, everyone.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ruba. So now onto our nomination section. Black Lives Matter Sudbury has had a few changes on our board of directors with the movement of members off and on the board. Our board is now 5 members strong and continues to be Black-led. I would now like to ask Lauren to present the board of Black Lives Matter Sudbury.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lauren. So over the last year, we've had a few people leave and join our board. Today, I'd like to present to you the new members who have asked to be members of the board for the corporation. So I'm going to start with Ruva. Ruva is an activist and creative writer with a focus on poetry and poetic prose. She has been writing for 12 years and is inspired by the works of Mary Oliver and Anne Michaels. She's interested in the transformative power of poetic verse. We recommend to the membership that you ratify this decision by voting now to accept Ruva as a board member. May I have a motion that Ruva be accepted by the membership as a director on Black Lives Matter Sudbury's board of directors? Can I get a mover? Moved by AJ and seconded by Elsa. Awesome. At this time, you may now vote in the poll that is going to pop up on your screen. And we'll just give that a minute. All right, so we've got 17 in favor, no opposed, and no abstentions. So at this time, the motion is carried. Next, we'd like to move on to Elsa. So Elsa has lived in Sudbury, Ontario for many years. She's a background in theater and culture. She loves art and is looking forward to future collaborations in the city. Last year in November, Elsa participated at an open mic evening organized by Black Lives Matter Sudbury. She's always loved to sing and is so happy to be here. So now we recommend to the membership that you ratify this decision by voting now to accept Elsa as a board member. So may I have a motion that Elsa be accepted by the membership as a director on Black Lives Matter Sudbury's board of directors? All right, moved by AJ and seconded by Evie. Thanks, everybody. So at this time, you may now vote in the poll that's going to pop up on your screen. And we'll give everybody just a minute for that. All right, so we have 17 in favor, none opposed, and no abstentions. So at this time, this motion is also carried. Now we move on. We recommend to the general membership that all these individuals sit as Black Lives Matter's 2021 to 2022 board of directors. So we'd like to make a motion that the following 5 individuals be accepted to sit on BLM Sudbury's 2021 to 2022 board of directors. We have Shayna, Rihanna, Ruva, Isaac, and Elsa. So at this time, I would like to get somebody to move this. I need a mover. So we have Shannon as our mover and Shala as our seconder. And at this time, you may now vote in the poll that is going to pop up on your screen. I'm sure you're sick of hearing that, but we'll just give you a minute for that. All right, so we have 17 in favor, 0 opposed, and no abstentions. At this time, the motion is carried, and I will pass the floor back to Rihanna.
Perfect. Thank you so very much, Lauren. Before we move on to recognition, I just want to touch on vacancies really quickly. So we are open to new board members to help and support the work of the organization. At this time, our board would benefit from someone who has legal and human resources experiences to assist us with decision making. We hope you'll help spread the word and direct potential applicants to our president, myself, or to the rest of our board to discuss the obligations and expectations of board members. We accept applications year-round, so feel free to send us an email or connect with us via social media. Now, on to recognitions. So, BLM Sudbury has come a long way in such a short period of time, and we would not have been where we are without the support of our members and the organization of volunteers. The BLM board would like to sincerely thank everyone who has put time and energy into this organization, and we want to recognize the people who are keeping BLM going. So on behalf of the board of Black Lives Matter Sudbury, I'd like to thank the following members: Aisha, AJ, Alex, Alicia, Alain, Cecilia, Emily, Everest, Evie, Jade, Jim, Jordan, Caitlin, Lauren, Mimi, Pasqua, Robin, Selena, Shala, Shannon L, Shannon S, Tel, Willem, and Jiko. From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to send our deepest appreciation to those dedicated volunteers. The work we do is by no means easy, and without your spirit, support, and love, it would be impossible to conduct. Each meeting reminds me of what we're fighting for. Each action gives me hope for a better tomorrow. And the opportunity of working with each and every one of you re-energizes my soul to keep moving forward. Thank you for your participation in not just each moment, but throughout the movement. We love you sincerely. And at this time, we'd like to thank all of our donors and sponsors who have supported Black Lives Matter Sudbury over the past year. Without your contributions, we could not have hosted numerous of our events or continued on in the work that we do. So thank you to the following. You'll see all their logos on the screen. Thank you, everybody, very, very much. I'll do a little applause. Now we'd like to present a quick slideshow showcasing the work we've done over the past year. I'll pass it on to Shayna to hook us up.
Broken down, tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. You'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Oh, rise up, high like the waves. Oh, rise up, in spite of the echo. Rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. For you, isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet and move mountains, bring it to its feet and move mountains. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other, yeah. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. We'll rise up, and we'll rise up, rise like the day. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that slideshow. Seeing all that we've done this past year makes me incredibly emotional. Thank you to Selena for making the presentation, and thank you to Elsa for those beautiful, beautiful pipes of yours. Thank you so much. So before we end, I'd like to remind everyone, in the words of Maya Angelou, the need for change bulldozed a road down the center of my mind. And now with that, I would like to make a motion to close the 2021 Annual General Meeting of Black Lives Matter Sudbury. May I get a mover, please? Moved by Lauren. May I get a seconder? And seconded by Elsa. At this time, you may vote. The poll feature should pop up on your screen, like you've been doing all night tonight. We will give everyone a moment to vote. And with that, we have 17 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstention. The motion is carried. And with that, the meeting has come to a close. Thank you, everybody, very much for this past 35 minutes with us. The meeting is concluded. Thank you very much, and have a splendid evening.